Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 10 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. New tonight, Washington State Athletic Director Pat Chun is accused of threatening a Pullman City Council member over a video on Facebook. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk joining us live in the newsroom tonight to show us what he found in the police report and how Chun is defending himself. Kyle?
Well, Chun had a friendly relationship with this council member, Al Sorensen, who was also his insurance agent. But according to Pullman police, a feud between the two men started this September. And last month, Chun was trespassed from Sorensen's home and two businesses. Just one day after announcing head coach Nick Rolovich was out, WSU Athletic Director Pat Chun got a visit from campus police, letting him know he's being trespassed from Pullman councilman Al Sorensen's home and businesses. Sorensen, who owns Pioneer Insurance, told police Chun visited his office in late September to cancel his policy. He said Chun then became verbally abusive, yelling profanities and saying, "What have we done to offend you?" and "Do you know how many people effing hate you?" According to police, Chun was upset over a video Sorensen's daughter posted weeks earlier showing guests at a party outside Chun's house. Guests weren't wearing masks, but according to state guidelines, they didn't need to. Still, police say Chun was upset and told Sorensen and his daughter to take down the video or else. Sorensen called Pullman police after the visit with Chun, but waited nearly 3 weeks to officially file a report and trespass Chun from his home and businesses. Chun and his attorney wrote a letter to police calling the video dishonest and unethical. Chun claimed he simply wanted an explanation as to why Sorensen's family would treat a customer this way. Chun also went after Pullman police officer Joshua Bray, accusing him of conspiring with Sorensen. Chun pointed out that Officer Bray made supportive comments on Facebook about the video. Chun said, quote, "In the end, my wife and I stand as yet another example of Pullman residents who have been targeted by Mr. Sorensen's abuse of power and misuse of local taxpayer resources for his personal and political gains." And Sorensen ran for re-election this week and so far has received just 29% of votes. Chun is not facing any criminal charges. Pullman police say this is a closed civil case. We reached out to his office and the university. They had no comment. Mark?
Kyle, thank you very much. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office turning heads in several major cities now, including New York's Times Square. And get this, Washington is spelled incorrectly. It is missing a G in that billboard, and now the ad company is working to get it fixed. So these photos of the new billboards were posted to SCSO's Facebook page, but they didn't stop there. Billboards can be seen in Portland, Seattle, Denver, and Austin. Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich says these billboards are aimed at attracting deputies who may not feel respected now where they're working. And here's what he told us earlier this year about his recruiting efforts.
Our community supports their law enforcement, and we use that as a springboard into, when you come to work here, it's not like the place that you left.
The sheriff says the billboards are part of an effort to hire 40 lateral deputies, along with a $15,000 signing bonus they are offering. East Sprague is officially reopened. Sprague Avenue from Division to Grant was expected to reopen over the weekend, but was delayed due to several last-minute issues, causing the reopening to be pushed back until today. Division to Grant has been under construction since April. City crews upgraded the sidewalks, lighting, bus stops, and landscaping. All right, let's talk weather now. Today was pretty cloudy for most of the day, but for the most part dry and also pretty warm as well. Let's get out to meteorologist Thomas Patrick in the Outdoor Weather Center tonight. Thomas, I'm curious, is it raining right now out there?
No more rain, at least not this evening. We saw some showers between about 4 to 6 o'clock. It almost increased in intensity for a little bit, and then it shut right back off. That was just a teaser for tomorrow. A lot more rain in the forecast and also a lot more wind. In fact, there will be wind advisories between 2 and 11 o'clock tomorrow afternoon and evening hours. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. It's actually pretty feisty. It is starting to get into that time of season where we start to see kind of emphasis of a little bit more of a windstorm element. Widespread rain over western Washington. That rain will arrive at around 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. You can see some of the heavier downpours, at least on this particular computer model. I think most of the rain should stay scattered through the day tomorrow, with the winds increasing late on. And this is just the first of a series of weather systems that will parade through the Pacific Northwest, giving us rain after rain chance almost every other day, with at least some small rain chances in between. So coming up, get a timeline when the heaviest rain and wind will be tomorrow, how much rain we have in the forecast overall.
Thomas, thank you very much. A 60-year-old Spokane man is behind bars after admitting to killing his daughter's ex-boyfriend last year. He claims he killed the 19-year-old because he sold his daughter into a sex trafficking organization and the father had to rescue her. The Spokane Police Department says this is an ongoing investigation and they do not have all the information to confirm the suspect's statements at this time. Meantime, the department says people should not take the law into their own hands. Corporal Nick Briggs says it may seem like the system does not work and victims don't get justice, but he insists the law applies to everyone.
When you lose that, when people start taking things into their own hand, there's no equity, there's no justice, and quite frankly, there's no safety. So we cannot, regardless of the circumstances, we have to have the system work. That's what the principles of our community and our country are founded on.
He adds that vigilante-style crimes are rare in our area. Briggs is glad to see the community cares about the cases, but he implores people to not rush to judgment since there are still several unconfirmed details in this case. We have new information into the investigation into a pay-per-view autopsy event that happened in Portland last month. The family of the man who was dissected in front of a live audience says they did not consent and did not know what happened until watching our Seattle sister station's investigation into the autopsy. The man has now been identified as David Saunders, a 98-year-old veteran who died back in August from COVID-19. The funeral director who handled the preparation of Mr. Saunders' body said MedEd Labs, a Las Vegas company that solicits body donations purportedly for medical and science research, never told him or the family that Mr. Saunders' remains would be used in such a manner. The body broker in this case said the organizer of the Portland event, Jeremy Siliberto, was beyond dishonest with him about what Mr. Saunders' body would be used for. He said it would be used for training students. The man admits that he didn't do any kind of background check, which would have revealed that Siliberto has no professional credentials. Well, it is the day after Election Day, so let's get right to the current election results in this year's general election, starting with the race for Spokane City Council District 1. The two candidates in this race, Jonathan Bingle and Nagmana Shirazi, the position currently held by Kate Burke, who chose not to run for re-election this year. And you can see in these results so far, Bingle currently in the lead by a pretty wide margin. For Spokane City Council District 2, incumbent Betsy Wilkerson is running unopposed. A judge previously ruled that her challenger, Tyler LeMasters, did not meet the necessary residency requirements to be on the ballot. And now to Spokane City Council District 3, the race between Zach Sapone and Mike Lish. This seat is currently being vacated, by current council member Candace Mumm as her term limit is up. Right now, as you can see, Zach Sapone is leading by about a 4 percentage point margin. Looking now at election results out of Spokane Valley, starting with council position number 4. Current Spokane Valley Mayor Ben Wick is leading by a pretty wide margin right there over Black Diamond co-owner Brandon Fenton. Position 5 now, Pamela Haley. She is leading over Wayne Fenton, as you can see, also by a pretty wide margin. And lastly, the Spokane Valley Council race, position 7, web designer Laura Patton, currently leading over incumbent Linda Hatcher Thompson. If you'd like a more in-depth look at the general election results thus far, just text us the word election to 509-448-2000 and we'll send that link directly to your phone. All right, coming up tonight, we are expecting a La Nina winter this year. So when we come back, meteorologist Jeremy Legou breaks down our long-range forecast. And then a little later on our broadcast, the executive director of Hoop Fest is stepping down. What this could mean for the organization moving forward. We're back with more news and weather after a break.